So good morning, everybody, and welcome to Rena. Although many of you are from Rena, which is awesome, and but also welcome to many of our guests here that might be here for the first time. My name is Sandy Stemp, and I'm the Chief Operation Officer of Rena. I'm really pleased to welcome you here today to this really important workshop. And we gather here today with our community and our healthcare partners to raise awareness and to help fight cervical cancer. So cervical cancer is preventable, it's a treatable disease, and it's one of the few cancers that can be prevented through early detection and treatment and vaccination, sorry. Many thanks to the Western York Region Ontario Health Team and partners. We're able to deliver this workshop today, as well as 2 mobile PAP clinics, and ensure that all women have access to preventative care. Many thanks to Claudia Schauer from the Western York Region Ontario Health Team, who's the lead for this project, as well as our March of Dimes Canada and Care First partners. Also, many thanks to Zeev Hargil, who's the RENA lead on this project and has put in many hours. I'm so proud of each and every one of you here today. You came here today to educate yourselves, but also to put your health first. I also want to thank the staff and the supervisors who are supporting people. Your support, assistance, and expertise in this area will guide us on the best way that we can provide this important screening. Women's health is so important, and we want everyone to live long and healthy lives. Our hope today is that you will get the information that you need to take the next steps to get your PAP test, either through one of the mobile PAP clinics or through your family doctor. I'd like now to introduce Stephanie Richards, and she's the manager of the Western York Region Ontario Health Team.
Thanks so much, Sandy. So the Western York Region Ontario Health Team is very pleased to be here in partnership with our community partners, as Sandy already mentioned them. We're really excited about this journey and really helping the residents of our Ontario Health Team on this preventative cancer screening journey. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated their time to this project. We're really excited. This is sort of our first one out for us, so this is very exciting, and thank you for your time. I would very much like to introduce Ellen Law, who is the nurse educator from Care First, who's going to be facilitating the presentation today. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Ellen. I'm from Care First. Thanks for inviting us. We're so pleased to be here. So let's start with what we came here for today. Can I have the first slide, please? So we're going to talk about cervical cancer, right? We're going to have look into what cervix is about. Second slide, please. This is our organ. All women has this right here, right here. All right. And that's where we're going to focus today. These 2 little things. Now, this is a vagina, and this is a womb for the baby to grow. And these are the eggs. Eggshells come with the eggs, so baby will grow in there. And then, but this part, other parts can have cancer too, but this part is what we focus today for cancer. All right. Next slide, please. Next. Right. Cancer. Wow. Everybody talks about cancer. Cancer is a horrible thing. Well, without technology these days, with prevention, early detection, no problem. A lot of people survive from cancer. And cancer basically is that normal cells that grows on the tissue. So today we're going to talk about the cancer cells on the cervix, the little thing that outside the womb for the baby. Yeah. So basically the cells, not only it grows in here, it can invade other parts of the body too, attack other parts of the body, and so metastasize all over the body. And that's scary. Next one, please. I just want to give you some figures. Might not be so important, but it's scary when you know the figures. Each year we have, it's number 4 killer, cervical cancer. All right, number 4. It's not. Although it's number 4, but it's still number 4. Each year we have 1,300 people diagnosed with cancer, and 400 of them will die. Die, not suffer. Died. All right, next slide. And just think about all these women here. 1 in 168 women will be expected to develop cervical cancer. So out of the 168, that one. So what we're doing now is to try to catch that one. We want that one to be well and live into their old age and die in natural. That's what we're here for. All right, next slide. But also give you a figure that I just want to add on this is 101 out of 478 women will die. So that 168 women will have cervical cancer. And one with 478 women have cervical cancer, one will die. Hopefully the world will have none. No woman will die of cervical cancer because it's preventable. All right. It's not something that we cannot do about it. Next slide. So how do we fight back? Should I go on? This. Pap smear. All right. We're going to talk about this. What is this about? What we do, what we expect. This is called speculum. All right. Speculum. Next slide, please. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put this speculum in there and then open it up. We're going to have a room. Let me just get there. We're going to have the room through the speculum. Once put in there, go there. The broom reach the surface, scrape some tissue, send to the lab, and the lab will look at it. Is it a normal cells there, or is that okay? So that's what the pap smear is. Next slide, please. So I'm going to talk about this. Let me just go on. You expect whoever doing it will have gloves on. You're one of these speculum, depends you have several size. Alright. So this will go into your vagina. So you will have like that. Open your legs out. Look up. Like whoever the nurse was doing it. And once go in, open it up. Then you can stretch the tissue. This is a very important part. A little bit uncomfortable. But that's very important. It's the only way to get some abnormal tissue. That's the only way. There's no other way. I believe they do a blood test for the size after that's this one. Because we actually can go in and whoever's doing it, I can see the surface is good, healthy. Also, some changes there in the production further. Once we spread some tissue, then we go into this ball. This is a special ball. Go right in it, dismantle the handle, and then send off to the lab. And then you wait for the result. Alright. We did have crisis to get how long before we get the result. But now I think it's about 2 weeks, is that right? 2 weeks, we get the result. The family doctor get the result, you get the result, you can call in, you can, depends where you do it though. If you have it done at the family doctor, of course you can call your family doctor. If it's done by us, we actually contact you to let you know the result. Alright, so this is very simple procedure, but it's really, really effective. Very effective. Um, so, so that's what I was doing. So you see the little tissue, the little two little tissue on the left. The broom is going in, and then turn around and scratch the tissue because the cancer cells, cervical cancer cell, grows on there. All right. Next slide, please. Let's talk about how often should I go anytime? Should I go every year? I'm so anxious about it. Yeah, but no. According to the Ontario government, it's after 3 years. After 3 years is good enough, unless you find out abnormal result. If it's abnormal result, you will have follow up. You will do further tests like HPV, HPV testing. The next thing up, you can do colposcopy. That will be done by a doctor, and then will be do a biopsy. They actually go in and take more tissue and then examine it. So after 3 years, the guideline is starting at age of 25. So after 3 years, I have to go through this agony. When would I stop it? Next slide, please. Let's talk about results first. You usually get three types. And then we don't. Right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. So you get three types of results. One is normal. Oh, good. It's such a happy moment when I receive my pap smear and say, good, it's normal. So you wait for 3 years. Every time my doctor say to me, time for a pap smear, I said, oh no, 3 years that's gone. Anyway, so the second type is unsatisfactory. What's unsatisfactory? Unsatisfactory is more like, oh, should I be worried about that? Is there cancer there? Oh, no, I start to panic. I start to worrying about, doctor, come, and do it quick. I want further testing. No, unsatisfactory just probably mean that a changing in the cell, it doesn't have to be cancer cell. It could be you're going through menopause. It could be you had an infection in the past. Sometimes it change the cells, but it doesn't mean the cancer. So when you get an unsatisfactory result, don't panic. Just don't panic. But you do panic when you get abnormal result. All right. So you do start to go back to the doctor for more testing and see what the doctor will say. Next slide. Next slide, please. When do I stop? That's what I was going to say. You start at 25. Actually, the real guidelines that if you are sexually active early, you can start early. You don't have to wait until 25. But the guideline is 25. When do I stop? I'll be going through every single 3 years. After 3 years, I have to go for pap smear. You can stop at 70, but only if all your test results are normal in the last 10 years. All right, last 10 years, that also from 60 to 70, all your pap smear, so you will have three of them, it's every 3 years, right? So if all the tests are normal, then you can stop at 70. You're all the agony, right? You're all the chasing by the doctor and say, come back for your pap smear. So 70 years old. I still have a woman who came to me and say that, should I have it done or not? Oh, how old? I'm 71. Okay, but we can stop at 70. You don't have to come back. And she said, well, I haven't had it for the last 10 years. Oh, wow. Then I would do it. So I did it. Next slide, please. Next, please. Next one, please. What is it about? And you probably hear a lot about what is causing all those problems. You say, oh my God, everybody panics about cervical cancer. Next slide, please. We need to talk about what is causing it. We know it's HPV, but HPV hangs around all the time after we have sex. It stays in our body, it comes and goes, but it goes into cancer due to these factors. there are factors contributing to the cervical cancer. Number one, if you have infection in the past, so particularly sexually transmitted disease, the more you have, the more put you at risk to develop cervical cancer. And the more reason why you go for more pap smear. Diligence to go to your doctor after 3 years. The other one is smoking. Right? Smoking is always a culprit. Smoking for everything, obesity, post-smoking, alcohol, always a contributing factor for anything, particularly for cancer. And the third one is the more sexual tolerance you have. Right? Cervical cancer is caused by HPV. HPV comes from sex. So the more different partners you have, the more chance you're going to have different more, well, I won't say different HPV, different DNA of HPV, and you're causing cancer. So in other words, the more men you sleep with, the more likely you have cervical cancer, unless you're protected. Unless you, every time you have protected sex, it's better. So the fourth reason, I have no idea why, but it's laying as one of the risk factor. Is that the more children you have, the more likely you're going to have cervical cancer. Let's say you have 10, 20. I think the chance increase greatly, but I don't know why. I can't tell. But that's a risk factor. Okay, so that is actually history. I was mixed up with the first one. So if you're ever infected with HPV in the past, any HPV infection in the past, you're more likely. So it's the same thing with this one. And also somebody who has weak immune system, such as someone who suffers from HIV, someone who's on steroids. They are somebody who has on steroids all the time for pain, for some kind of medical condition they have. So they're on that. So the immune system is down. When the immune system is down, that's when the cancer cell comes in. In that sense, in cervical cancer sense. Because really, if your immune system, if you stay healthy, your mechanism fight against the cancer cell is much better than with the weaker system. Next slide, please. So how do I know I got cervical cancer? There are symptoms, little symptoms. Symptoms like vaginal bleeding in between your period. I'm not talking about your period. It's abnormal bleeding. I shouldn't be bleeding. I shouldn't be having my period, but it's coming. Pain during intercourse. I know there's some discomfort sometimes with intercourse, but if we talk about tremendous pain, bleeding after intercourse, it shouldn't happen. All right. Difficult urinating, that's a typical sign. Somebody who suffers from cervical cancer, they do have problems passing water and opening the bowel. Now, and no lower back, they have lower back pain. Funny enough that they have these rare symptoms that one leg gets swelling, only one leg, not both legs. Now, having said with all these symptoms, very common for everything. I mean, if you have a urinary tract infection, you have problem passing water. If you have a pull-up, then you have pain and bleeding after intercourse. So what these factors are very, very vague. So it doesn't really give you a straight guideline that when you have these symptoms, oh, I'm going to have cervical cancer. Again, come back to it. The best thing to know whether you have cervical cancer is by pap smear. Pap smear is your best friend. Next one, please. Again, prevention is always better. Go with the risk factor. Next one, please. Vaccination. I know my generation is gone. We weren't given a choice. Forget it. Because Gardasil will only the best effective when you have it before you start having sex. So high school girls, elementary girls, grade 8 girls, they will be offered in school. They run the program now. They come in with the nurses and they give the injection to the girl. Usually about 2 or 3 doses, depends what kind of blood they have. But that is the best. That's one of the best to prevent. This is to detect. That is to prevent. All right. It doesn't mean that once you are vaccinated, my daughter is not going to have suffer from this pap smear anymore. No. but it's better. It's vaccine. This is vaccine. All right, it's called Gardasil. Next slide, please. Actually, can you go back to the last one, please? Can you go back to the last one, please? Yeah. This, I just want to talk more about this one. It's covered by OHIP. I think I'm not sure up to 25 years old for boys and girls. After that, you have to pay for it at the family doctor. They will give it to you. What else I need to know? If I heard some women say they were offered by their family doctor to have it, even though even she has babies and she was sexually active. Yes, you can. I heard that the result, the answer is yes, you can, but just not as effective as you would have it before you start having sex. All right. Okay, there's just want to clarify on that. There's a lot of confusion on this. So next one, please. So the other method to prevent cervical cancer, of course, will be this one and the Gardasil, the vaccine. But the other thing you can help is stop smoking. Smoking is an awful thing. Use condom. Use condom even to a regular partner. Limit the number of sexual partners. That's a very good way to do it. Um, don't have sex with someone who has a lot of partners. All right, I guess that makes sense. If the one you have sex with, he has a lot of people, he has been sleeping around with a lot of people, then you sleep with him, then it means you are receiving all the HPV from all those people. All right, next one, please. Okay, so where should I get the pap smear done? If you have a family doctor, he should make the follow up with you. He should offer that to you every 2 years. You can have been with a family doctor. The next one we can have is here. Western York Regional Ontario Health Team will be hosting a mobile pap smear. In fact, you guys would love to see it. Is that we've got a bus out there for you to look at. Would you like to see the bus? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's right outside. That's the bus. That's our bus. So Western York region will be hosting the clinic there, and you can just book. I think you have to book, right? Would you guys come and let them know about the details about that? They, so we'll run the clinic, and you book, and you come in. We do it in a bus. Oh, for your daughter. Okay, come and answer the questions if you want to ask. So our details are just on the screen here. So on October 18th at Lee's evening, we're going to be having a clinic for. And if you want to register, what you can do is after our workshop here, the table at the back will be welcoming you to take your name and your information, and we'll get you booked into an appointment that works well for you. And then on October 25th at the Sandy Session Arena residence, we'll be doing the same thing from 10 till 4. We'll have appointments available. And again, you can register and Dee will contact you and find a time that works well for you. Okay. Any questions on that? And we saw the video? Yeah. I just want to do you have any questions right now before we show the video? Anything? Anything? No? No? No questions? You have questions? No, okay. We'll show the video, please.